Man City 0, Liverpool 2. That is the final hurdle for Liverpool over in the Premier League title race. Absolutely ridiculous how comfortable Liverpool looked. They didn't even have much of the ball today, about 35% possession in the game against Man City, but held Man City at arm's length, bullied Man City in crucial moments, and obviously won with a Salah strike, yet another goal, and Dominic Szoboszlai. We're going to break down all the goals, where this leaves Liverpool in their title running. It feels like a bit of a procession at this point. I think they've already won the title with Arsenal's failings against West Ham as well, and where it leaves Man City, because it's another loss. It was a big opportunity for City to do something against Liverpool, at least lay the ground with some of these new signings and new players and try and do something next season. But 2-0, it was flat. At points it was dire, at points it was side to side, and at points we saw the end of a couple of big players, particularly Kevin De Bruyne, who was really poor today, really off of it. Let's just break down the goals. Obviously, both came in the first half. Liverpool just isolated moments against the City back line. They knew they were going to get a chance. City, in every big game in the last 3 months, have always given away big opportunities, and Liverpool just waiting and biding their time. And it came from a corner 14 minutes in. Sunday League defending from Man City, not awakened to what was happening on the edge of the box. The ball comes short to Dominic Szoboszlai, and he flicks it first time into Mohamed Salah. Obviously, this is a training ground routine. It's new. Sometimes that can catch you off guard. But when it's so close to your keeper, it's inside the box. It creates havoc, and the City backline had no idea how to defend. It came off a little bit of a deflection, but we're talking 41, 42 goal involvements for Mohamed Salah. He's the first player in Premier League history to have 2 seasons, individual seasons of 40 plus goals and assists in a single season. He's still got 11 games to play. It's absolutely outrageous. And the big thing for me, I'm looking at Mohamed Salah. The finish was fantastic. His work down the right-hand side in little moments. It wasn't all out 100% Mohamed Salah every single minute of the game. He was, I think, a little bit calm, and he wasn't too stressed about playing the full 90 minutes at 400% pace. I think Arne Slot has coached his Liverpool side to sit back, take it easy at points, and just coast in games and try and manage minutes and manage the intensity. I think that's something Liverpool struggled a little bit under with Jurgen Klopp. And Arne Slot, I think we saw it against Wolves in the final 30-40 minutes. They didn't register a shot at Anfield, and it worked. They got lucky with Kwanzaa putting in a big block, stopping that being a draw. It happened against Aston Villa in the final 5-10 minutes, where they just sort of let Aston Villa have their chances. Got lucky they didn't score those and lose the game. But ultimately, in the last 4 games, Liverpool have got an away win against the champions of England, a home win against Wolves, who were decent and probably deserved to earn a 2-2 draw for some people, and then the 2 results that could have been losses. I mean, Everton, it was difficult last season for Liverpool against Everton. They drew the game, and then ultimately Aston Villa was a draw. So they've not even lost games. They've lost 1 game all season in the league. That is champions form, and Mohamed Salah been a big part of that. To have 2 individual seasons as a right winger scoring 40 plus goals and assists is absolutely outrageous. And we're looking at a generational talent in Premier League history and one of the all-time greats in the Premier League. Dominic Szoboszlai got a second. The ball gets played into him, and he kind of, on the edge of the box, tucks it past the keeper on the other side of Ederson, going away from the kind of the movement of play. It's a great finish from Dominic Szoboszlai. It was him that gave Salah the ball for the first goal as well. He was absolutely fantastic, Szoboszlai, very, very energetic. And you feel that Liverpool's midfield obviously had that goal ruled off with Curtis Jones being a little bit offside as well. The Liverpool midfield smothered Man City today and then outworked Man City off the ball. The 2 sides off the ball were chalk and cheese. The way Liverpool can cover ground, the way Liverpool just shut up Phil Foden, shut up Marmoush, Nico Gonzalez didn't really influence the game to a big degree either. It was a bit of a sad moment for Kevin De Bruyne today. There was a moment that will surely get clipped up all over Twitter. De Bruyne 30 yards out on his left foot, and it almost goes out for a throw-in, and you just feel didn't feature in the second leg against Real Madrid. Shafted at 60 minutes, 65 minutes for James McAtee. One of his final games at the Etihad. He's struggling to influence games. He's still got a big role to play for City in the FA Cup, for the top 4 race as well. But you're beginning to see a kind of dwindling of his career, a winding down of his career. And it's no mean feat. I mean, what he's achieved in Premier League football is absolutely incredible. But you are seeing the back end of his prime years, and that's a sad state of affairs, because against Liverpool, he's had some brilliant performances throughout the years, and you just felt that Gravenberch, McAllister never really worried about where he was. Everything was played in front of those guys. Foden today, I think if you're going to blame anyone, you've got to blame a couple of the fresher lads. I think Marmoush, Phil Foden didn't quite work. Marmoush scored a brilliant goal, obviously ruled out for offside. But it was a great finish across Alisson. Apart from that, I mean, Phil Foden had another really absent performance. I think a lot of these players now are waiting for the end of the season, waiting to go again, waiting for a relatively new squad to come in. I think you're looking at Kovacic, Gundogan, Bernardo Silva, Ederson, maybe one of Ake, John Stones, maybe, to leave the club and get fresh faces in. It's going to be a big rebuild in the summer. This City side look spent of confidence, spent of energy, spent of legs. And you could really see it in the final 20 minutes. Weren't able to break down Liverpool. Liverpool just sat there, shifted side to side. And I mean, let's be real. In the last 5 years, you could never, ever do that against a Guardiola side. You could be as deep as you wanted. You could play a back five with 4 midfielders in front of them. Keep it completely compact, really tight. And you'd be absolutely scared of what could happen to you, especially from outside the box. Little balls around the corner, the wingers, if it was Sterling or if it was David Silva arriving in the box, De Bruyne, Fernandinho, Rodri a couple of years ago. And there's no movement from anyone. Marmoush couldn't influence the game today. Doku had a good game against Trent, I thought, but I don't know. I think they were never worried about the end product from Doku. Doku never found his man. I think if Haaland's playing, he might link up with Haaland. Haaland might have got a goal today with some of Doku's brilliant play. But apart from that, it just felt a little bit... It felt like a City side really absent. It felt like a City side waiting for the season to wind down, which I've never been able to say about Man City for the last 8 years under Pep. Even before that, for the great sides under Pellegrini and Mancini, it feels like Pellegrini's last season a little bit. It feels like Mancini's second season after the Aguero goal. A City side that needs a little bit of rejuvenation and needs a little bit of a break. Last thing it needs is a Club World Cup to come up in the summer for sure. Needs Rodri back. Needs Ruben Diaz to come back fully fit. And these are big ifs and these are big concerns that obviously for this season could still play a part in City getting into the top four. Liverpool, on the other hand, I mean, from top to tail, were fantastic. The two centre-backs bullied Marmoush, bullied Phil Foden today. Trent, big for the first goal. Did get a little bit put under pressure by Doku, but again, you never felt that he was worried. He was concerned. I don't think a single Liverpool player, single Liverpool fan, single Liverpool, like the manager, any of the coaching staff, were ever concerned about Man City. And you could never have said that in the last 5 years, despite however good you are rocking up to the Etihad. There'd always be an element of concern that you could lose this game at any moment, and it never happened today. It never felt like it could happen, and there's more than enough talent to suggest that maybe City could have done something to Liverpool today based on how good City were against Newcastle last week. The midfield, I've been so praising the midfield. I think whether it was Curtis Jones, Szoboszlai coming short for the ball, linking up play, stretching the back line with lung busting runs into the final third. McAllister and Gravenberch, I mean, that is a title-winning midfield. It's a very, very good partnership. It's very dynamic. Keep the ball very, very well. Very athletic. Nasty in the challenge when they need to be as well. And they give so much protection and work rate ahead of Van Dijk, who didn't really need to do anything. I think Van Dijk's gone in without any beads of sweat on his forehead. I think he's been at resting heart rate for the whole game. And he is a Rolls Royce for centre-back. Same with Konate, who put his weight around, put a big challenge in on Marmoush. There was just an element of Liverpool manhandling City today. No pressure about their title running. I think obviously it's helped Liverpool in this fixture what happened for Arsenal against West Ham, with West Ham winning that game 1-0. I think if Arsenal win that game 4-0, it does change the dynamic of this game, and it might actually make Liverpool better in this game. Weirdly, they might have scored more goals in this game, seriously, because this City side are here for the taking. Liverpool needing to get 3 points to match Arsenal. If they'd won the game against West Ham, they could have easily... They never got out of third gear. They never got into their prime kind of... their pace running at people. I think they're saving their energy for the latter rounds of the Champions League, the League Cup final coming up as well. The Premier League, I now think they can just sit there, match Arsenal's results. If they can better Arsenal's results in a weekend, they will. And they're almost coasting and just giving Salah 20 minutes, Diaz 20 minutes to influence the game throughout the 90, just finding little pockets, little moments like he did against Wolves, like he did against Aston Villa, where they nearly got 3 points if Darwin Núñez hadn't missed. They're just a great side, and they know how to manage a football match at the highest level. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Big result for Liverpool, 2-0. It feels like the final real hard away day for them. Arsenal obviously rock up to Anfield, third last game of the season. By then, it will be done. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'll see you very, very soon.